Hello, welcome to the top 4 online jobs explained in detail. I'm breaking them down, just making sure that I'm actually live. Let me know if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. 1 second. Hey, Brecken. Okay. Anyways, let me know where you're watching from, if you're watching live or replay. My page keeps freaking out, so I'm not sure if I'm actually live, but I'm working. I'll figure it out. Let's see. I just have a couple messages asking where to find this video, so 1 second. It's been a wild day already. Side note, you guys ever sell things on Facebook Marketplace? I've had really good luck, but now there's this one guy that's creeping me out, and I'm blocking him because he's making me super uncomfortable. I hate selling things. Like, it's the worst. Okay. Looks like I'm live. Cool. Alright, so again, let me know where you're watching from, and what is going on? Let me know where you're watching from, and if you're live or replay. Hey Nita, hello. Okay, good. You guys are seeing this. Cool. My child has little stories going on. Hey Brecken, can you go out with Daddy, please, and Mom does this call? Thank you. This is legit working from home as a mom, just the way it is. Your kid that wants to always be in with you, and you have a perfectly good dad in the other room you could be hanging out with. Anyways, all right. So today I'm going to be breaking down the top 4 online jobs that you guys were asking about in the group and explain them in detail. And I feel like I'm having to talk over my toddler. Again, this is legit like what work from home mom life is like. I definitely, when I am working with clients, I have, calls with clients and stuff, I definitely make sure that, I have proper childcare and the door locked. But, so there's definitely, when you're working with a freelancer, you have usually a little more, it's not quite so rigid or structured. When you're working a remote job, especially if you have to be on calls, video, or anything like that, then obviously, hey Tara, that can take a little more planning as far as making sure that it's not too loud and distracting in the background. Anyway, so today I'm talking about the top 4 online jobs that you asked about, breaking them down and helping you figure out how you can learn how to take your current skills and translate them to working online. Right now, more than ever, people are losing their jobs or being threatened to lose their jobs, or they're just deciding like they want to do something different. So it's a really exciting time. It's very stressful and scary for a lot of people, but ultimately very exciting because you're doing something new and taking control of your time, your income, your schedule, all of those things. So the top 4 jobs that you guys were asking about last week in the group were a virtual assistant, social media manager, copywriter, copy editor, and then customer service. So these are the 4 that I'm going to break down a little bit more. And then later this week, I'm going to do another live talking a little bit deeper on, different types of ways to make money. So if you're like, I don't even have a clue, this is going to be really good for you to learn more about these specific jobs. But also there are a lot of you that ultimately don't want to be a service provider, like a virtual assistant or social media manager. You want to start like a business where you are selling a product, whether it's digital or physical, or you want to learn how to be an influencer or do affiliate marketing. Like there's a lot of other ways people make money, right? So I'm going to be talking about that in another live later this week. So let's get started so virtual assistant. So virtual assistant is a term that a lot of people don't quite understand, and it can be confusing because if you go onto a lot of like big company websites, they'll have a like virtual assistant in the chat, like Verizon does this. I know if you like go on to figure out something about your cell phone plan, it'll or Amazon does it too. I'll be like, okay, let's see what our virtual assistant can do. And that's like legit, like AI, like program, like trying to help you figure out whatever your issue is without having to chat or talk to a live person, right? So that's where it can be confusing. So that's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a virtual assistant. I'm talking about a better way to put it would be a virtual administrative assistant. So you working like you would be in an office or a store or wherever, but you're doing it from home on the computer or wherever you're at. So a virtual assistant, a virtual administrative assistant in the United States, most make between $15 to $35 an hour. That's just kind of like a average range. There's definitely virtual assistants that make more than that, and in some parts of the country where there's a lot lower minimum wage, sometimes people will work for less than 15 an hour because they get to be home and they are making more than minimum wage, so it's a win for them. But like I said, generally in the U.S., $15 to $35 an hour. Most start around $20 to $25 an hour and then go up from there. But I occasionally do see some like virtual admin jobs starting at $15 an hour. Common tasks for virtual assistants. So if you are like a Jill of all trades and you like to learn new things and pick up new things and figure stuff out or learn different jobs and do a lot of things, being a virtual assistant could be a great option for you. Now, even if you're not like that, if you like to specialize, that doesn't mean you can't be a virtual assistant. You're just going to pick more of a focus and specialize in something. So if you have worked in customer service and like you're comfortable with customer service, whether you're talking to people on the phone or chatting in like a chat forum or email, responding back and forth in emails, trying to help people in those ways, that could be a great place for you to start. A lot of smaller companies don't have like phone support or chat support, or at least not live chat support, because that requires a team, right? So if you're someone who really needs to be flexible, but you like doing customer support, you're going to want to look for a smaller company that does email customer support where you can respond to the emails on your own time, or not always just on your own time, but like within a certain time period. So but you don't have to be like on waiting for people to be messaging through and like immediately responding or answering phone calls, that type of thing. So that's gonna help determine like what type of business you're gonna want to look for. If you are someone who really likes structure, or you want to keep your work at home position as close to like what you're used to in the regular job world and the corporate world, then you might want to work for a company, a bigger company who does have like live chat support or live phone support, where you do need to be responding in real time. So if you're someone who you're like, okay, I want to work, whatever, 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, or whatever hours, 10 to 6 Monday through Friday, or you just want to do weekends. Of course, there's businesses who have support 7 days a week. So there are businesses that will hire people just to do weekends. So whatever your specific situation is, you can find businesses that need that type of support. So so determine what you want your work at home life to look like. Do you want it to be very structured and still send your kids to school or daycare or to grandma's or wherever, and you're going to have quiet time to sit there and get stuff done? Or do you need something very flexible where you can be doing it in between things, in those little stolen moments between life happening, in the evenings after the kids go to bed, or in the morning before they get up, or whenever it is that you can work. Like, you need to find clients or, a business that will work with your schedule. So as a virtual assistant, like I said, customer service, social media, as a virtual assistant, you can be doing all kinds of different things, or you can be doing one thing. So you can, if you like to do lots of things, you could call yourself a virtual assistant, but offer different services like customer service, social media management, putting together newsletters, website updates, project management, pitching. So a lot of businesses need their services pitched to other businesses or to other people, or they want to get featured on podcasts or in summits or wherever. And they have a virtual assistant who sends out that email pitch, does all the, puts everything together to pitch them for a gig. Community management is a big one that can be a totally separate job too, where you're in like Facebook communities. It doesn't have to be Facebook. It's just really popular to have a Facebook group. It could be any kind of online community where you are managing that, right? You're letting people in, kicking people out, monitoring, different posts and chats and stuff, and making sure everyone's following the rules and that kind of thing. That's actually kind of a fun job. It depends, obviously, but I've actually really enjoyed doing that for the most part. Another thing virtual assistants do, or they take videos that that the business has made and upload them into all the different places. Sometimes you're creating, taking a video and breaking it down and creating shorter ones, or turning them into reels for Instagram or TikTok. A lot of times virtual assistants will upload course material into a course platform and get that all formatted and ready for people to consume. So as a virtual assistant, you can do so many different things, and that's just like a really short list. Like there's probably thousands of different things you could be asked to do. Again, you can decide to specialize, because when you're new and not feeling super confident in your skills, it can feel really overwhelming and like you have to know how to do all of these things. You don't have to know how to do them. When I left nursing, I did not know how to do any of this. I could barely use Facebook. I was looking at my memories the other day, and I had posted a few years ago, like, I cannot figure out Facebook. So I literally went from not knowing how to, do anything on Facebook besides a basic post, which I still screwed up all the time. And I'd try to be searching something and I'd post it. Instead of in the search bar, I was posting things. But I went from not knowing how to use social media very well, and I didn't have a clue how to use Instagram or anything else, to learning it and providing services for businesses on social media. So if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. There are tons of resources online to help you figure out how to do different jobs online, how to use social media, how to use all these different programs. So virtual assistant. The next one that is a popular one because so many people are on social media now is social media management. That can be a really fun one. Most social media managers make somewhere between $20 to $40 an hour. But honestly, once you've figured it out, generally you'll go to a package price if you haven't already, and you can make a lot more than that because you're offering it as a package. So instead of saying, I'm going to spend 5 hours a week creating social media posts for this business, I'm going to do XYZ. I'm going to create this many posts, do, this much time engaging, this much time strategizing, whatever. And you're going to put a package price on it. And then the business owners love it because they don't have to worry about trying to budget in varying, flexible hours. They're just going to pay one price every month and know that it's done and not have to worry about it. So social media management can make you a lot of money. And it's really easy to learn. There's a lot of great programs out there to teach you very specific strategy if you want to really get into being a strategist, and if you want to do ads. There's a lot of great programs out there to teach all of that. But as a new social media manager, whether you've only used your own social media or maybe you've done a little bit for other employers you've worked for, and you kind of get the basics of it, either way, you can go into social media management and start making money really fast. So it's hard to say exactly what a company actually is wanting when they say they need a social media manager. So you really have to look at their job description or talk to them and find out exactly what they expect. Because there's some social media managers that literally just take a photo and some copy they're given, format it, and post it, right? But then there's also social media managers who are doing a lot of strategy and, looking deeper and, trying to figure out the best way to get the content out there and seen at the right times, with the right hashtags, and have everything, seamless. So social media management can be, like I said, can vary greatly on what is expected. So it's always important to make sure that you are clear on what the business is looking for. But generally, you're going to be creating social posts, scheduling them, doing some sort of social engagement, and then potentially community management, like Facebook community management. That's, like I said, commonly can be a separate job as well, but sometimes people want to group it all in together and have someone just one person or one team doing all of the social media and like owning that project, So again, social media management can make you some really great money. The next one is copywriter / copy editor. This is a really fun job for someone who loves to write, has great attention to detail, loves to do research, likes to do SEO, which is search engine optimization. So if you're someone who loves words, loves writing, and gets into that can be a really fun job. And there's so many different businesses that need copywriters for a vast majority of things. So because there's a lot of medical people in here, medical articles, right? Like writing medical articles, doing the research, writing those articles for different companies is really big and important. Blogs, writing blogs, all kinds of different topics, all kinds of different businesses to attract people to their website and services. Copy for social posts. Always desperately looking for someone to write good copy for their websites they're designing. So that can be a really great way to make money, and also to leads coming to you by collaborating with web designers. So there's a lot of really fun things to do if you are into copywriting. And then also, writing email sequences for businesses. So when a lead comes, to a business and signs up for their email list, they should be getting a sequence of emails that are going to grab their attention and, have them do something to, eventually try to get them to be a customer or client, to purchase something. And having a great copywriter write those emails is really important for businesses and can be a big game changer for businesses. So that's another fun thing too. Also, launch copy. So when people are launching different programs or products, they will have a series of emails going out to people who have expressed interest. And they need a great copywriter for that. So right there, that's a ton of different job opportunities for copywriters. And then copy editing is big because even if, business owners generally, are trying to stay in their zone of genius, and they might be able to write some great copy, but it needs to be edited and formatted. And that's something that they usually start to glaze over, or they've put so much into all of their marketing and everything that they don't have the time or energy to put into editing and making sure everything actually makes sense to someone besides them. So copy editor, that is a also really important job in any business, but in the online space especially, because everything is video or copy, right? The next, so today of the top 4 jobs you guys asked about already in the virtual assistant section, but just a quick recap. The most popular means of customer service for online businesses is email, phone, and chat. Again, you need to decide what your schedule is like. Are you someone very scheduled and know, like, okay, from 12 to 6 Monday through Friday, I'm going to be at my desk doing customer service, however the business needs it, whether it's email, phone, or chat support. Or do you need to do something that's a little more flexible? So, which would be more of email support, because you can answer them, on your own time between things. Also, sometimes chat support can work that way for some smaller businesses that don't offer live chat support, just chat here and we'll respond to you kind of thing. That's really popular for smaller businesses because it gives customers a way to easily type in what their question or issue is, like on their from the website, and then it goes somewhere where you would access it and respond. And a lot of times it's just like texting back and forth. So that can be another really good way to do work from home customer service without it being a structured like remote job where you have to be somewhere at a certain time and respond super quick. So there's a ton of remote jobs, like jobs as an employee, and there's a ton of freelance, like independent contractor type jobs. Like I said, if you are an independent contractor, need a little more flexibility, email customer support is probably a little more your vibe. But a lot of people, when they are leaving a traditional like in-person job, they will start with a remote job. So they still have a bit of the structure that they're used to. And then eventually they get the taste for the freedom. And then they are like, okay, this is great, but I really want to be freelance or independent contractor. I really want more flexibility. And I know because I did this exact thing myself. So just know, like, wherever you're at right now, like, it's okay. Like, do what feels best for you. But like, as we all know now more than ever, like, there really is no such thing as job security. But if like freelancing just feels totally like foreign and like crazy to you, start looking at remote jobs. In this group, the Corporate Reject Connection, I share a lot of remote jobs that I come across. But there's a ton more as well. And I'm going to share, one of the members in here shared one with me today I hadn't heard of, instantteams.com. And I haven't talked to anyone there yet, but I looked over their website, and it seems kind of like an agency style where they like train you and then put you on assignments. So that could be a good way to start if you just kind of want to get your feet wet with the working online type of thing. And then I'll post these links in the chat. I think that would be easier. But I wanted to say, okay, so now you know more about the jobs, right? I'm going to post a link to my free starter kit worksheet. If you haven't already done that, definitely go through it. I like to print it out and write on it, but you can also, do it on your computer. But it helps you figure out, like, extract skills that you already have. And that can help you, like, lead you in the right direction for figuring out an online type of job. And then, that'll help, that'll help put you in the right direction. And then in another workshop, I will be going into more details about how to take those skills and where to learn more skills and how to actually apply those to jobs. But so I'll post that link really quick. And then okay, so that's Instant Teams. And then the other one that Jennifer shared with me was jobs.com. She just found jobs on there today. I think that's what it was. And then also, I talk a lot about Rat Race Rebellion. If you join their email list, they will send you every week. They'll send you remote jobs that they find. So I find a lot of really good stuff on there. So those are some places to start looking. If you want to start using LinkedIn to search for jobs, that's another really great place. I did this video recently, and I'm putting that in the chat as well. How to find remote jobs on LinkedIn. I do a walkthrough video showing you exactly where to look, what to search, that kind of thing. So definitely check that out. And then if you have any questions, let me know in the chat, and I will answer those before I get off here. I just also posted the link for the starter kit, my free starter kit with the worksheet. So if you haven't done that already, grab that so you can start pulling those skills out of your brain, because you have them. If you've ever worked any kind of job, you have skills, you just don't realize it. you don't realize that they are marketable online to make you money from home. And then tomorrow, Wednesday at 12:45 Pacific, I will be going live doing a live Q&A. So I know this is a lot of information I've just thrown at you, but I really wanted to break down those jobs because we all have different ideas of like what things mean, right? So I hope that that's helpful. If you came on late, it's okay. Just once I'm done with this live video, it'll be on my page. You can go back and watch it. And I'll also download it and send it out as well to anyone email list. But I think I got everything out to you guys. So again, make sure to do the starter kit worksheet. Come tomorrow at 12:45 Pacific, and I'll do a live Q&A. If you can't come live, it's totally okay. Just drop any questions you have in this chat, and I'll make sure to answer those live for you. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm super excited to share all this information with you. That's my mission, is to make sure that you guys know you have options, because like I said, a lot of people either want a change, need a change, or being forced into a change, and we all need, right, to make money. Preferably from wherever we are, from wherever we want to be, without having to submit to things that we're not comfortable with, without having to leave our kids, or maybe we do still want to leave our kids, but we want to make money, and not have to go into a job, whatever your reason is. Like, we all have our reasons. So I hope this is helpful. Again, leave anything in the chat if I can help. I'll be going back through that and answering questions. All right. I will talk to you guys